Well, it's almost winter, right? But I don't know what's happening. Where is the football?
Please, give us some club football back. We are really missing it. I can't bear international football. Give us some club football, at least some club football news, please. Chelsea, come on. We are getting bored, you can see.
6 months later.
Hey, welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Really interesting international break going on, right? Awesome.
Boring.
Anyway, I know absolutely nothing going on, and even international football, like it's not even started, right? As in, I don't know, like I've been waiting for some football, but not getting any. But I hope you checked out our recent content. Yes, we did cover the managerial merry-go-round part 2. The link is in the description below. Do check it out because one of the news that we predicted may just come true, and that is Lampard to Norwich. Yes, Lampard is going to go to Norwich City. From what it looks like, again, things might change, but apparently he has had talks and has had good talks. I don't agree. Like you saw in that video, again, I don't want to give it away for people who have not watched. Do watch it. The link is below. But there are a couple of other candidates as well who are yet to be decided upon. So it'll be interesting. By the time you watch this video, maybe it has been decided. So do let me know what do you all think, whether it's happened or not in the comment section. And as I say that, let's smash that like button and subscribe. Just the press of a button, like I always say, and just the press of a button will not do because another button, which is the bell button, is also important for the notifications. I believe it's a YouTube algorithm which is not really working these days, because of which you need to definitely press that bell notification icon, and we will bring you a lot more content. And it's up to you what to watch, what not to watch, because we have a lot of variety. You can check out the playlist again, it is down in the description as well as on our channel homepage. Now let's get further into it. Talking about managers, yes, Aston Villa, another club where we had touted maybe John Terry or the likes kind of going, but it seems Steven Gerrard has agreed and has asked Rangers to relieve him. So that means that Steven Gerrard is probably going to be having the paperwork done within the next 24 hours, or maybe when you're watching this video. And he will be the new Aston Villa manager from what it looks like.
Amazing. Thank you.
Wow, that's something, right? And I know that they are yet to play Liverpool in the coming days, so that'll be really interesting. But talking about Steven Gerrard, now this is a man who was one of the very few who always believed in Ross Barkley. Yes, he's gone on record saying Ross Barkley has that thing to go right to the very top, etc. in the past. I don't know if you recall. Does that mean Ross Barkley has a chance to go back to Aston Villa if Steven Gerrard goes to Villa? I know Ross Barkley spent the season on loan last season there. Wasn't great start, but not beyond that. But it'll be interesting. Having said that, Ross Barkley has actually got suitors.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's true. Great pass that he made, I think, to Aspilicueta versus Southampton, and he started against Burnley over the weekend. And a couple more moments in basically against Juventus, I remember a couple moments he had. But is that enough to actually get 4 suitors? Yes, he's actually having one of them in Burnley, whom he played against on the weekend. Wow, they are willing to apparently take him on loan with an option to buy, and not just them, it is also Leeds, Newcastle United. I think we covered that as well in the recent news, one of the news episodes that we did. And of course, another club where he has spent years and years, that is Everton. Of course, that is a possibility as well. Now, that is something, some news. Would you want Ross Barkley going? I know that we have, a plethora of midfielders, but we have, of course, the FA Cup starting in January. There is obviously Club World Cup in February anticipated. So, along with obviously the injuries we've had, you think it is not risky enough to send Barkley on loan? When is especially getting form, or we need to just cash in on it and just go for it, because we know Ross Barkley flatters to deceive. That's also a fact. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed there. help me out in the comments, because another midfielder who's also touted to be going, there are mixed reports. One saying that Atletico Madrid, yes, we're talking about Saul Niguez. Atletico Madrid is where he might just return at the end of the year, as was one of the options, and we had an option to buy, but he's hardly made any appearances. Yes, he did do well, I think, against Southampton in the cup, but apart from that, not really much, right? As in, Saul has probably disappointed in training or on the pitch. I don't know. That's what it seems like, and has not really, taken to life in England still. Obviously, it will take time, but do we have that time? Because I believe Juventus might just be interested. So is that something that is a good kind of option to get rid of him, or would you kind of get rid of the Lewis Bakers of the world, the Malang Sars of the world, and basically reduce the squad size in January? Interesting. I know we are talking about different positions here, but at the end of the day, like I said, we have a big squad, but we have a lot of matches coming up in January and February. So it'll be really interesting what happens. You'll want Barkley to stay or Saul to stay. Ideally, both to stay or both going. All the four possibilities are on, right, at this point in time. Of course, I don't see Saul being bought at this point in time, like by the end of the year, with the option that we have. But again, things might change, and do let me know what are your views, because yes, there is a lot happening there in terms of basically, not happening in the footballing world of club football. But yeah, as in, news is something that we cannot ignore, and that is why Almighty Blues FC is back. I think there is another big news in the EPL, and that is about West Ham United. Again, we did cover when I think Adam Pearson had come for the Newcastle show, where West Ham United were also going to be taken over by a big business tycoon. It's not a complete takeover, but yes, they have actually supposedly announced that 27% of West Ham has been acquired by a business tycoon from the Czech Republic. So that is some huge news, because they will have a better investor now, and maybe get a lot of players, and that in turn has apparently also increased the price for Rice, because they don't need to really sell Rice. They already had money, but now that they'll have this particular investor, maybe they don't need to really sell Rice quickly, and they'll just raise the price and let him be, because he is one of the main men when it comes to West Ham United seasons. That's even this season and next season, if they have ambitions of Europe, right? And that'll be interesting. So again, would you want us to basically get rid of Saul, Barkley of the likes, and basically invest in a Rice next year? Invite Billy Gilmore back in January? I don't know. A lot of options here. Do let me know what do you see the Chelsea midfield options as come January and come the summer. Another midfielder, it's Mason Mount. Yes, let's go to international football, because it is international break after all. Mason Mount apparently has probably withdrawn from one of the two matches that England is going to play because of her dental surgery. A very funny video. I know it was his wisdom tooth. Finally, he's got more wisdom, right? Looks like.
It's funny because it's true.
And he had to take it off because obviously, we all know what wisdom tooth pain can be like, and he is really, one specimen. The video that he did was really funny, but I'm sure at the end of the day, it wasn't easy to bear that pain, and hopefully, he will be just coming back to Cobham and not play for England, and that's what I really believe, because it kind of also causes illness at times, and that's what happened in one of the games recently. So hopefully Mason Mount, will be coming back and just resting and basically be getting ready for the next game, and that's what we want. Having said that, it is England versus Albania. I think they're playing on Friday, and it's a huge game, especially for our man on loan Armando Broja, because Albania, I believe, have to win to basically give them a chance of qualification, direct qualification, I mean, right? So that is crucial, and of course he might be just against Ben Chilwell and Reece James. Imagine that, what a scene, right?
Oh my god! Wow!
Of course, England also cannot take it lightly because I think they need 4 points. Again, comment below if I'm incorrect, but England do need 4 points after all to qualify directly for the World Cup, that is. And yeah, certainly interesting game, but I'm hoping that our Chelsea boys obviously get at least one game's rest, if not both, right? As in, again, just from a Chelsea point of view, but of course, England is my second team, like some of you all know. Of course, talking about other teams or other players that are playing for national teams during these qualifiers, we have another, I think, 9 players apart from the England players that I just mentioned, right? So totally about 12 players is what we have, actually representing their nations during this break. The people who have kind of already qualified are Kai Havertz, Rudiger for Germany. Andreas Christensen also has qualified directly. Having said that, let's quickly touch upon Andreas Christensen because we have to talk about his contract situation. Yes, apparently Matt Law has gone on record saying that Chelsea were ready to give him that extension and kind of had met his expectations, what was initially told or anticipated. But the issue has risen from Christensen's camp. Now, that is concerning, right? But Christensen later on clarified that and went on record saying today itself, as I'm recording this, that things are fine. He loves the manager, he loves the club. He has obviously been an academy graduate and he wants this to be sorted sooner than later. It's just a matter of time. So I know his contract gets over at the end of the year, just like a few others, but hopefully Christensen will be on time. But do you think what Matt Law said has some weight to it? Again, do comment below and let us know. We'll be really going after it because we really want to know what's happening come January, because come January these guys will be technically allowed to just talk with other clubs, as is the case with Rudiger. Now Rudiger, till now, I know on Almighty Blues FC we've always been very confident, but now it is a little bit concerning because nothing has come up. There's absolutely no news. It's either club football or international football. The guy is playing every game and he obviously, just kind of ignores the question saying that we have time and now it's busy to, it's important to focus on the game, etc. But now the time is flying. It's already almost mid-November and end of the year, his contract will be done and he is allowed to basically speak to any clubs, and Liverpool are monitoring his situation. Imagine him going to Liverpool. Even Roma with Jose Mourinho. I don't know if he'll go back, but yeah, that'll be certainly interesting. Coming back to international football, obviously the player who is basically almost kind of qualified with the national team is N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante, I think with France, I think France just need 2 draws and a win in those 2 matches. Knowing France, that should be easy. Come on. And so does Jorginho. I think Jorginho with Italy have also almost qualified, but the fact is they want to top the group, etc. But I think, again, I'm hoping that Jorginho and Kante kind of people, get at least one game's rest, if not both. Don't want any injuries, please. But there are other players. I think, before that, I think Mendy as well. Mendy with Senegal also in a similar situation. He is kind of qualified for the 3rd round of the World Cup, but would like to get more points with the national team, and he's the main goalkeeper, the number 1, etc. But yeah, please, with the goalkeeper I'm still okay, but as long as he doesn't injure himself, it's fine. But yeah, a rest would be great, like just for the mind. But coming back to the people, the players who are having crucial games. Now, these are players who probably may not play the first game coming back from the break, I feel. And that is Azpilicueta with Spain. I think they have a crucial game coming up against Sweden as well in the latter half of the week coming up.
Oh, snap. This is getting interesting.
And of course, Thiago Silva. He has 2 big games against Colombia, I think at home, and Argentina. Of course, we all remember that Brazil-Argentina game. Anyway, in between there were people coming and stopping the game, etc. Anyway, something happened there, rightly so, but the way it happened was really funny. And Christian Pulisic, obviously USA are in a good situation, but I think they are playing the traditional rivals Mexico and of course Jamaica. So hopefully he gets one game rest at least, and get some minutes but doesn't injure himself. That's what I'm talking about, right? As in, at the end of the day, that is important. And I think that is about it, because most of our players that are out on international duty I have covered. Of course, I am peeking in the notes. I am allowed to, hopefully, but I don't want to miss anything, and that is the reason why. Hopefully, you like this news series, and smash that like button, share the link. Yes, do share it, because the more views we get, the more probability of subscriptions we get. And do subscribe if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification icon, it is very important. And till then, take care. It is up to Chelsea, because we always miss Chelsea, but Premier League and Champions League, because we are a fan channel for all to see.
I'm out of here.